Hey everybody, you're watching Zotian Epoch episode 18. Those who didn't watch last time and need a little refresher, party is in the middle of the Red Forest. They are on their way to the Tower of Bone, as it has been rumored the Cult of the Old Ones is operating out of the middle of this forest. For a long time, forest has been avoided, and uh, the forest has been avoided and is full of stories and rumors and bedtime tales to make kids stay away from it. It's a dangerous place full of creatures and monsters alike. There have been sightings of cultists entering and exiting the forest on a semi-regular basis at this point. The party encountered a bit of an odd sight, with some badgers riding birds that wanted to eat their camels. And chasing and hunting that were some cultists on a training exercise. This all became a bit of a tussle and a fight. Sadly, the group lost one of their camels, and they're presently regrouping. Ahead of them on the trail is a rope bridge and a massive canyon, a crack, if you will, with a river at the bottom. The bridge goes across, and the party has just gone through a large fight. I believe that they had sat down to do a long rest in the evening. So party, you're back a bit on the trail, and you're in camp. You can take a long rest if you'd like. It is presently evening after the fight. Welcome to episode 18, everyone.
Excellent.
Excellent.
The nappy begins. The best part of the day, the nap.
The nap, yes.
Mhm.
If you don't have a long rest, make sure you take one. We'll make sure our friend Crested has had one.
Rested in his chair time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Where is his character sheet? What the heck?
Someday we will upgrade it to a swivel chair so he could just watch all while spinning.
Just set him up on an
Um,
eternal spin.
Yeah.
Full-on swivel gamer chair.
Yes.
And I
RGB
would
and
argue
all.
that he wouldn't be able to get dizzy very easy, so I think he'd be fine.
Exactly. The universal sentry. Uh,
Huh,
So, folks,
I
any
guess
commentary
I
before
forgot
bed?
to add that.
Yeah, if there's any housekeeping we need to do, we can do that.
let's keep it.
I'm just missing a spell, that's all. It's weird.
Okay. I can help you out with that.
It's the alarm spell.
Okay.
I guess it just didn't transfer over or something. I don't know. So something's weird. I don't know.
Alright.
If I don't get it, I don't get it. It's fine.
I got you. Don't.
It cool. If I do got it, then I set up the alarm spell around us.
You should see it now in your character sheet.
Dankeschön.
De nada.
Siesta. No.
Yeah, pinata. I'll make sure to cast that. It's only a 20-foot cube, but
You can pack in tightly and have yourself a nice little camp. If the cart was in there and the camel, it would be pretty crowded, but you can at least cover yourself in the other tents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll be doing watches anyways, but it's good to have like a layer of security.
For sure.
Yeah, it'll be an audible alarm.
Okay.
Oh, I'll
I'm assuming everyone in the party, including the camels, do not set off the alarm.
yeah. It's
Okay.
it's only so like it's do. Uh yeah, it's basically set that like all the party members and the camel don't set it off.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense to me.
Mutters.
Okay. I need to do some rolls. Alright. Is anyone claiming watches for the night? We just need at least 3.
How many watches are lying around?
At least 5. Some of them are Rolex.
Excellent.
Excellent. That's some money right there.
Technically, Crested could take all watches, right?
He can't because well, he could take the chair out of the cart if that's what you want to do. But it is presently
Oh,
laying down in the
right.
cart. So he could do that, or yeah, whatever you guys want to do.
I mean,
I feel like it would be a good idea having the people that take longer to sleep do it first, and then the people that don't need as much sleep go last, if that makes sense. So we're
Yeah,
so we're not messing up anyone's sleep schedule.
yeah. Leo will take first watch, I guess.
Yeah.
Sleep schedule, what's that?
Non-existent.
He'll hang like
It's a dream.
just outside his alarm area, and like
Okay.
in a tree,
Oh, high up.
and
Okay.
like keep an eye from. Yeah. I mean, I did make a fairly big bonfire earlier.
Yeah. How high up? Out of curiosity, it will matter.
25 feet.
Okay. Give me an athletics check, please.
This is gonna go super well. Athletics. Yeah. No, that's not terrible.
Yeah, I'd say it takes
11.
you a while, but you do get up to 25 feet. You're not in combat or in a hurry or anything like that. Maybe a couple slips here and there. Okay. A few hours pass by. Party goes to sleep, with Leo watching high above. Craster's just in the cart, chilling, doing what he does. The camel is grazing random bits of grass that it can find. Leo, you spot a deer. It's below you and about 30 feet away. On the ground, just kind of aimlessly wandering about, grazing, that sort of thing. It's in the shadow of the fire. It's behind some trees and stuff, so it's hard to see, but with your half-elf eyes and your nice vantage point, you do spy this deer.
Is it acting funky at all?
Give me an insight check. Nope.
13?
It's acting pretty normal to you. You're a bit on edge. This is a unfamiliar forest, and you've already encountered some interesting creatures and behaviors from said creatures. This deer, to your knowledge, looks like any other deer. And it's a wise assessment. You have seen many of them and hunted them.
Is it one of those that, like, age-wise, I guess? Like, is it a male? Is it a female? Does it have horns? Did it just recently shed its horns?
It's about a
Or is it
3-year-old
like...
doe. It's young, but not super young.
Hmm. Let me see. Do I have... Sorry. Excuse me.
Okay.
Ugh.
That's okay.
Um... Hmm. I guess I'll just... They'll have some deer meat left over, so I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
Actually, most of that would probably be gone, I think. Probably ate most of that recently. So I'll just get rid of that. I still have the hide, though, because that's something for later.
Mm-hmm.
Leo will... I don't have... I've already used that today, so I can't use that again. He'll probably won't work super well, but he'll, like, kind of throw his voice a little bit and, like, use some draconic to kind of, like, spook it in a certain direction away from the camp.
Okay. Interesting. Give me an intimidation check.
This ain't gonna go super well, probably. Or it will! 19!
You, with your knowledge of Draconic, make an absolutely terrifying sound, at least to the ears of a deer, and it startles and bolts off into the night. You no longer have any idea where it is. Some time passes by, and your shift is ending. You can go wake up the next party member if you'd like.
Yeah, he'll go and wake up, whoever is second. I don't know who that would be. Who said they would take second?
I don't think either did, so you could just pick one of them. Or Sebastian.
He'll grab Sebastian, I guess.
Okay.
Hey, Sebastian.
Hmm?
Your turn. Wake up. As Leo is just
Very
leaning
well.
over you.
Very well. He'll kind of sluggishly get up and find I don't know, nice tree to lean up against to keep watch.
Okay. Sebastian, while you're doing this, is there any activity you want to achieve, or anything about a battle you want to go back into the field and review? Are you just chilling and watching, dozing perhaps?
Yeah, I don't think he'd really be doing too much. Just
Okay.
chilling.
Fortunately, your rest is pretty even keeled and easy. Your time goes by without a stir or anything that you're aware of. Go wake up
Alrighty.
Guardian.
Yes. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey.
Yeah, Guardian, we're gonna get up and just thank Sebastian and get ready for her. Get ready for her watch. I hope it's a Rolex. Alright. Let's see
Same
here.
question, Guardian. Any particular things you're doing during this time, or places you're going to post up, or anything like that?
I don't think she has anywhere in particular. I think she's just kind of for the most part, just enough to where she can see in the camp. She's not doing anything like crazy, like climbing a tree or anything. Just getting.
Okay.
She finding a comfy spot.
Chilling by the fire, perhaps.
Yeah.
Please run me a perception check.
Okay. I'm not good at this. Never mind, I'm good at it.
Hey,
19.
sometimes it happens.
You do.
Alright, so as you're chilling on the fire, or not on it, but next to it, cozy like, you notice some skittering sounds around you. Outside of the light, especially the main part of it, you're surrounded by quite a few trees. And so it's almost as if the darkness around you just starts very suddenly because of the trees blocking what you have around you. Yeah, anyways, you know that something is crawling around on the ground and in the trees. It sounds big. Do you want to investigate it?
Sure.
Okay.
Take a look around, see what that is.
As you leave the fire, kind of step to the edge of where the light is, you peek around. You can see what looks like the shape of large spiders crawling around. They're sort of nibbling at the battlefield, actually. They're finding the bodies of the dead, and wrapping them up, and in some cases just eating into them. They seem pretty focused on what they're doing.
They're being little scavengers.
Mm-hmm.
Others. Alright. Kind of keep a side eye on them just in the off chance that, because they're more than welcome to pick at corpses and whatnot, just so long as they don't try to come over to our camp. I think they'll be fine.
Okay. The spider notices you and seems to get very territorial over the food that he's eating and starts to walk towards you.
Is it a case of curiosity, or are they thinking this is food time?
It seems like food time. It's just kind of in the mood of eating and doing things like that. It doesn't seem passive. It seems aggressive. And certainly not passive aggressive, for it's a spider and a very plain type of creature. It's not running at you, but it intends to harm you.
Unless it's showing immediate signs of like hostility or something, I think she's just gonna kind of keep an eye on it.
It is walking directly towards you. Things are chittering.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Unless it like tries to do an overtly hostile action, then it'll get the hands otherwise.
Okay. It is directly in your face, about 5 feet away, and snarling, raising its limbs.
Okay, yeah, no, it angry.
It angry. Yeah, that's the face, not me.
No, it's all good. Well, hippity hoppity if it's going to boppity. Gonna cast Dragon's Breath, so she's gonna, as it gets closer and it's hissing, she's gonna put her hand on her throat, and she is going to, and it is gonna glow it's gonna glow like a deepish crimson red, and if it looks like it's gonna do anything hostile, she is going to immediately shoot a cone of flames at the creature, at the spider, to get it to fuck off.
Okay.
I'm
going
if it's
to...
within... Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm gonna have you roll initiative with the spider.
Most certainly. That is a big spider.
Yeah. I got a lot of
Yeah.
initiative. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need any of these.
Yes,
folks.
queen.
Yeah, spider. I rolled, but apparently it decided it didn't want to roll. Wow. Am I just lagging, or is it actually not rolling?
You have a roll. It's 19.
Oh,
So I'm not.
I
Really
mean, I'll take it. Okay. It's probably just lagging on my end, because I swear I'm rolling. I swear to Christ.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It shows you in the order. I don't see it in the chat, but it's in the order somehow. So whatever.
Yeah, I was like, I have it set on public roll. Oh, Foundry being Foundry. Yeah, so if it looks like it's going to be inherently hostile gobbledygoo, it's going to take fire to the damage face unless it makes a dexterity check of 14.
All right.
Well, it's still going to take damage either way. It's just
That'd be a
how
20.
much fire it... Damn. Still takes half of 13, so round it up or
Okay.
down.
Yeah. I'll round up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she is going to kind of start backing up a little as it kind of is not respecting my personal space.
No, nor your sleep schedule.
Exactly, it's rude. That is... That's gonna be her turn as she realizes it's getting closer. She lets out this kind of the cone of fire and begins kind of backing off. Kind of doing a little tactical retreat.
For sure.
And that'll be your turn. I get all the big nasties on my watch.
Make me. I know. What is with that? I'm literally all dice, not me.
I'm just a hot bitch and I can't handle it.
Honestly, yeah. 20, I think.
20
hits.
definitely hits.
But
Yeah.
Please give me a strength saving throw as well.
Oh no, that's my worst stat.
Hey
Oh no!
Hey All right, let's see what this does.
I'm in danger. It's all good.
So you're now restrained by webbing.
Crap.
Range weapon attack. Yeah, you're just restrained right now. The spider has showed its butt to you, and you are now covered in a net of webbing. It's sticky and seeping into the mud, and you're unable to move right now.
Ew. Sticky butt web. Gross.
It's going to start walking over to you, but it's cautious because it knows you have friends and it can see the fire. But it is making its way over. The turn has ended though. It's your turn now.
Alright, I'm trying to remember. Restrained, I can still make actions if I recall. I should know this. I deal with conditions all the time, and I forget.
You're good. I got the copy for you. I'll send it to you right now.
Oh, do you got the little cheat sheet they sent, or what? A cheat sheet or something? Actually, I got a cheat sheet open.
Should be in the chat in Discord.
Ooh. Okay. Yep.
So you can attack the webbing if you like.
Yeah. Let's see. Is there hypothetically a way I could burn myself out of the web without hurting myself if I use the cone breath?
If you get an 18 or above, yes.
Okay, so kind of like make a...
No. 15. You are a tiefling, so I'll give you a bit there.
Okay.
You have a target.
Do you want me to just roll that as like a spell attack or something, or? Because
how are you
it's
generating
just just gonna kind of try to channel the dragon's breath and not scorch myself if possible. Like
Sure.
it's probably a case of like trying to like, instead of like going like full like flamethrower with it, kind of like go like a little like blowtorch or something.
Okay, so we'll do a two-parter. Use Dragon's Breath and also a dexterity check. And we'll see what happens.
Will it be against my own spell DC or is it just that flat 15 you said earlier?
I'm gonna use the 10 that the spell's listing for its AC.
Okay.
Just to ground it in something.
Sounds good. Way.
Well, you do succeed, but you do burn yourself.
Okay, that's fine. So let me roll the damage on that real quick.
For sure.
So it's watch me roll stupidly high. No, I'm good. Okay, so
Actually,
half-
you're under 10, so you don't actually burn through the webbing. Wait, no, because... Hold on. Because of vulnerability to fire damage, I'm going to double your damage. So, you do...
okay,
burn
so that'll
through.
be 18.
You burn through, but then, because you're a halfling... a tiefling, I'm going to say you take 5 damage from fire.
I'll take it.
Instead of the full 9.
Yep. No. Sounds good.
You are now free.
Okay.
Action has been used. You can use a bonus action if you'd like.
I will use my free action of getting the fuck out of here.
Alright. You're now heading to the camp. I'd say the camp is around
3,
this
4,
area of
5,
the trail.
6. I would also use my other free action to say inherently to tell the spider to go fuck itself, and that is an out of character action.
Of course.
But that was my turn as I skedaddle.
Oh, spider friend.
Spider friend, oh spider friend.
I'm gonna do a little measurement thing over here. For reasons.
Reasons beyond your machinations.
Precisely. So the square over there, that's gonna be Charles' protection, or his alarm, anyway.
Okay.
You have a target.
So, not
Spider
ours.
friends.
Sounds good.
It has a movement of 30. It is clamoring after you.
I designate this target as cringe. Okay. Yeah. So it's gonna do a little skitter.
Yeah. That'll be it for its turn.
Alright. Gobbledygook is gonna she's going to she is once again gonna hit it with another blast of fire. So needs to make another deck save again.
Okay. Uh, 21.
Half of 9. And she's going to 4, 5, 7. She's going to keep skedaddling, and that'll be her turn as she kind of, once again, kind of like as she's running, turns around again and just lets out another burst of fire. More so to try to ward the creature off, but she's just gonna kind of turn around, let loose this kind of burst of fire, and then kind of turn back to keep running.
Okay. Give me an intimidation check. Also, hello, Amelia TBH. Welcome. It's nice to see you here.
Intimidation. I am not a very scary woman.
No, the spider looks at your fire and just kind of like tilts the head a little bit. You can see the mandibles doing mandible things. It's contemplating what you're doing.
This spider fears nothing.
It's a
What the
spider.
tiefling doing?
Yeah. What that tiefling doing?
I'm living. I'm reenacting a jalapeno.
Skitters after you and turns around to shoot another web. Oh, never mind. We're out of that. My bad. You cannot do anything. It's your turn.
Nodders. If so long as the cone hits one square the creature is preoccupying, are you saying that still hits the creature?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure because I don't want to
It is
presume with
I will
area
say
of
this.
effect spells.
I will say this, because of it being the tip of the leg, it's going to be at disadvantage. Because
I
the
mean, it's
center of
just
the
a
body
flat.
is the mass.
Well, I mean, it's just a flat like DC check. It doesn't like require a hit. It's just basically area and the thing. If it's in the area, it makes the check.
What is the check you're trying?
But dexterity check. It's gotta beat my spell's DC for Dragon's Breath, so that's a 14.
Yeah.
I mean, I can always just
will-
move a step closer and then do it.
I just needed more info. I just needed more info. That's all it was. So.
No, you're fine.
The dex
I just
check
wanted
is
to make
fine.
sure I just wanted to make sure what your ruling is on that.
For a dex check, that's fine. But if it's damage, that's going to be disadvantage. That's what I mean. Is that fair?
Disadvantage on damage.
Yes. Because it's just the tip of its leg.
I'm confused by. What do you mean disadvantage on the damage? Like,
We'll take it step by step. Just do the dex check as normal, and then if that succeeds, then we'll discuss further.
okay, actually, I'll just move forward so it's affected more.
For sure.
Yeah, because. But yeah, so it needs to make a dex check again.
Siete. Sorry, 7.
Okay, so it will take the full 13 fire damage.
Okay.
Spider's getting it crispy.
It's very crispy. In fact, it's on the ground now and barely alive.
Oh. Okay. I mean, she'll kind of continue to back off again, and if it's not continuing her pursuit, she'll kind of stop. She was more so trying to ward. She was trying to ward it off, but I mean, it's also a case too of like it was being persistent, so
It was
it
hungry.
got the fire.
That's out of my hands.
No, I know. I'm just saying it was trying to be persistent, and
Yeah.
its persistence turned it into tiefling fried spider.
For sure. I'm going to assume you're walking away at this point and back to campy sleeps time.
If it doesn't seem like a present threat and it's just kind of chilling there, she is going to kind of. She's probably going to kind of make sure it's not gonna get up and just. I think she would finish it off just because she doesn't want it to suffer, but also
because it would have. So
yeah, no
how do you want to
suffering.
finish it off? Just stab, something like that.
I know I said no suffering, but I think she would just continue to just kind of cook it until it stops. Hopefully that keeps the other. Plus, that also keeps the other spiders busy with it if
Yeah, the other
if
ones,
they decide to wander over here.
they're pretty far away and they are observing what's happening and they're definitely keeping an eye on it. They don't seem like they want to mess with you anymore because they just watched their comrade die. As the large spider is burnt to a crisp, its legs begin to curl into a ball and it just sits there, a big old lump of chitinous flesh. It's calm again. Early morning. You can see the sun sort of peeking over the horizon through the trees. There's a bit of light increasing. That's all you really see. Everybody's still asleep, but it is finally peaceful.
Yeah. Once that's all said and done, she is going to kind of see that it's getting a little bit closer to day, so she gonna kind of make her way back to camp, all things considered.
Okay. Everybody, a couple hours
Chris.
pass. A couple hours pass. People start stirring. Guardian, I'm assuming you're just chilling by the fire.
Yeah.
It is a new day. And Guardian, if you want to do a short rest to replenish anything that you used, you may.
Most certainly. I would love a short rest.
Heck yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sebastian and Leo. It's a fresh morning, and you begin to open your eyes. To your knowledge, nothing happened. Just a nice fire, kind of embers out in front of the tents.
Leo requests some assistance with bandaging himself again.
Anybody want to take one on that?
Sure, Sebastian will help him out.
Appreciate it. Sorry, I know it's a bit bothersome, but I don't like
It's fine.
going around, like showing off all this. Not exactly something that's appealing to most eyes.
Understandable.
Why do I smell burnt hair?
Sebastian will look at Guardian. You look like you have some soot on your face there. Did you have what happened? You stick your face in the fire?
No, there was a few of a few of the creatures in the woods, big spiders that decided that they wanted to eat, and one of them decided it wanted to try to get closer, and it didn't end well for it.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe, I mean, we'll be going slower with only one camel anyways, but to make it easier on our current pack animal, we should probably mostly walk for the time being. That way, if in an emergency, our big humped companion over there will be able to get some distance, and we can always retrieve him later. There, we already lost one, so we got to make sure the other one stays alive. So And I don't know. Are we thinking about crossing that bridge that's up ahead? We should probably check that out a little more, I guess. Unless anybody else has some other ideas.
Well, I
Didn't
mean,
exactly get any directions yesterday from, the animals that are around.
right. Well, I mean, imagine. Was there another path?
No, the trail that you're presently on seems to lead across that bridge, and there's none really around that you can see. Of course,
Yeah.
you could just trudge through the forest if you want. It's gonna be difficult though, and you might
Yeah.
struggle to
Yeah.
bring the cart.
Right. Yeah, it appears. I mean, crossing the bridge might be the only way for us to go.
Yeah, sure. 1 second. Leo whistles and summons Basker.
Basker says woof.
Woo. I basically set Basker to lead and what's the word? Kind of lead and guide the camel, and in case of emergency, we'll pull the camel away. Essentially.
So Basker's on camel duty to keep it in check.
Yeah.
What I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I vibe with that. Why not? So nobody's actually riding in the cart right now. Except maybe Astarion. He's a sleepy guy. And party gets up, packs up, puts things in the cart that aren't too heavy, and continues along. You're now at the head of the bridge, and I'm assuming you go across. It does look a bit rickety. It is a wooden bridge with rope holding it.
How sturdy is it?
You can walk out and test if you'd like. And, if you want to run a perception check, just looking at it before you do that, you're welcome to.
Yeah, Leo'll check it out before, stepping on it.
Okay.
Ugh. 8.
It looks like a bridge.
And Leo's like, and he'll,
It is double wide.
by the
and
way,
it looks like carts do ride over it. That much is obvious.
so there are cart tracks around the bridge?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Speaking of which, I assume the bodies that Leo left as a quote-unquote warning sign are gone, eaten by spiders.
Yes. The spiders had a lovely meal, and they were very grateful for it.
Yeah, Leo will kind of start heading across the bridge. Also, I don't see my token or anything. Just stating.
Oh, my bad. I think I yeeted them away for some reason.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yay. Yeah, Leo will go to the center, kind of the middle of the bridge and test it out a little bit.
Okay. Oddly enough, it doesn't seem to creak when you walk on it. It feels very stiff. Give me a strength check, I guess. Or athletics, if you'd like.
Sure.
Never mind. I
That-
apologize for my randomness today. A bit off emotionally. For reasons that I'm not going to get into in the stream. Doesn't matter. Investigation, please.
I mean, it does matter, but you know, it's
Well, sure. But the show must go on.
yeah. True, but you should make sure to take care of yourself. We love you. 12.
For sure. The rope bridge is oddly not giving at all. It seems as stiff as stone. It's very bizarre. You've walked across many rope bridges in your life. They usually give and sway, and this it's just stiff as a board.
This might seem kind of out of place, but is there like, is this magic
stone.
at work, or is this
You're
something
welcome
else?
to do things regarding that if you'd like. Arcana check or something like that.
Yeah, he'll roll.
Someone
I
does
got
have a
it taken
detect
care
magic.
of.
Yeah, thank you. The bridge is magical. Indeed. What you're sensing from it is old. It's been around a long time. You won't be able to know how old this bridge is due to the protective ward that is creating its structure. But it is indeed magical.
Does it seem to have any resemblance or give off any similar vibes to the cave or our our spaceship?
"Quote unquote" spaceship.
Yeah. So, and riffing off of what Leo dropped as well with that Arcana check, both of you are kind of discussing and kind of prodding and poking around this. It actually seems different from that same type of stuff. There is actually, give me a history check, please, Sebastian, as well. It is different.
Out
from
of
those
curiosity,
things.
this is more of a question that for Sebastian. Is there a specific school tied to it with detect magic?
Not that you would know, and neither
That's
would
true.
Sebastian, based off that role. It's not something that is familiar to what people are daily using in this present era.
Leo, he's gonna like lay down on the bridge, noticing how sturdy it is, and he's gonna like kind of take a dagger and like carve a little bit into the wood. Does it actually like carve, or does it make like scratches, or does nothing happen?
It dulls the tip of your blade.
Huh. Well, that's annoying.
In other words, the wood does
He
not
just
affect
looks. He just looks at Sebastian and is like, "Look at this shit! Fucking magical bridge! Like the fuck?"
Curious.
Sebastian, since you got almost a passing score, I will give you this hint. In your studies, you have heard about structures that had some impossible proportions or ways of keeping themselves up that seem fantastical. This might be something like that.
Is it is there any like place, civilization, like hidden, things that he's discovered in his work that have any resemblance or
Not visually,
similarity?
but you have read about things like this. Hard for you to remember the exact details based on that roll. Sorry.
Yes.
Leo cross to the other side of the bridge.
Okay. Do you beckon for Basker to bring the camel and to waggle?
Yeah, he'll like gesture for like everybody to start making their way, and then he'll like whistle some tones so Basker knows to follow after everybody.
Okay.
Because I know I guess our elven druid friend is probably like riding on the wagon, kind of driving it, I guess.
Sure. Yeah, we can say that. Guardian, I'm assuming you joined the party.
Yeah.
Cool. So everyone makes it across this bridge, no problem. Sturdy as heck. Bart as well follows along, no problem. Go ahead.
As we're crossing the bridge, Sebastian's just kind of doing more contemplating and trying things out. Does it have any give off any similar like aura to the crystals he has?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Arcana.
Can
Fate rocks.
Leo
Be good to me.
Ooh, okay, nice.
18.
It seems familiar. Not exactly of the same things, but specifically around the crystals that are used in the bone key and the necklace. Not so much Crasted himself. There's like a difference in vibe from each of them, and there is traces of magic within this bridge that kind of resemble what you've seen the cultists use.
Hmm.
These are ill-defined magics. For clarity.
Right. Like, not a lot of writing or knowledge on them.
Not documentation, and sometimes they're kind of fluid as far as like you couldn't just take a school of water and a school of fire and have those be different. It's like more of a gradient or a spectrum, if that helps your visualization.
Yeah. Sebastian will note this.
Okay. Excellent. So, party has been traveling for a while now. Crossed the bridge and continued on the trail. Oh, hold up. My apologies. There, at the other side of this bridge, there are two directions you can take. It looks like one trail kind of goes along the river, another heads to the right is where the cultists ran up from. You'll have a fork in the road. To the right goes deeper into the forest. To the left follows along the river, horizontally.
Can Leo use a survival to check the tracks if
Sure.
there are many?
Totally. Yeah, there are tracks around. It's a bit muddy and chaotic, but yeah, let's see what you can discover.
Oh, 24.
Sick. Okay. So, to the right are tracks of spiders, tracks of bipedal feet, wheels, and other large bipedal things. To the left, mostly deer prints, foxes, small creatures, some spiders, not as many, some slithery things. Perhaps those centipedes from last time. Seems like the fauna
Fucking
tends to
asshole
head to the left.
centipedes. Okay,
But
so
I don't have vision, by the way.
Oh. Why is your vision always so messed up?
I think it's set to dark, like the map.
No, it's this token is at 0 for some reason.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
that's weird.
there's vision in like the spot we were at earlier, but there's not any vision like around my token.
How's that?
Uh,
We'll worry about the details later. No stress.
yeah.
There we go. Now I can see.
Excellent.
I can see clearly now.
Wait, this is just probably a weird question, but is everything on this side of the bridge legit like gray toned? Or is it actually like forest
It
colored?
should be colored. I don't know why the
Oh,
scene is set
okay.
to dark vision.
I think it's I don't know. Anyways, doesn't matter.
I got you, but yeah.
Leo will
There we go.
like.
This should fix that.
Wow, yeah, that fixed everything, I guess,
Excellent.
or at least it cleared everything. Now we can see the whole map. Woo!
Is there
That was not my
are the
intention,
vibes
but
different?
whatever.
Are the vibes different at all on this side of the bridge?
Vibes. Interesting question. Can you explain more about that question? Or perhaps propose a check you'd like to run?
Yeah, like the environment, the atmosphere, like it's like the forest isn't like any different on this side of the bridge or anything.
Roll me investigation.
Yeah,
Still
okay.
got detect magic up too, so that's a thing.
That too, yeah.
Yeah, I'll inform you of both. Okay. So, detect magic has informed you that the further along on the other side, there wasn't like a sudden change, but things seem to be aligning more with the magic you've experienced the cult using. You could sense a dark uneasiness with it, perhaps a bit of death involved. And the vibes in general, it's just more forest, but it is denser somehow. Perhaps that's just an emotional thing.
So, to make sure to mention, I think everything that's like generally humanoid for the most part, except like whatever the fuck that made that footprint and whatever the fuck made that footprint, as he points out like the different foot like tracks in the mud, they're all headed that way, and he points to the right. So that's probably the way we're gonna want to go, at least for now. Everything that's, I guess you could say non-humanoid went that way, and he points down the path towards the river. So I mean, really up to you guys where you want to like head, I guess.
I mean,
Sky, as he
sounds
says
like
that,
a. Okay.
oh, sure. Sebastian, as he says that, the detect magic wand is just kind of like working with you right now, and that darker, dreadful feeling, perhaps of death, tends to go down the trail that Leo was pointing out. One that goes along the river to your left, where all the fauna have been going, seems to get lighter in that direction. The vibes are less heavy. We want to use those terms.
So towards the right, bad
sense
vibes.
death.
To the left, and to the left, chill vibes.
As chill as the Red Forest can be.
Right. Mm.
I mean,
Feels like there's definitely some dark aura coming from the path on the right there, which, if anything, might tell us that's on the right track to what we're looking for.
That might be where we need to head then, if it is if we think that's where we need to go. After all, we're here to deal with a strange group of people, so it wouldn't hurt to follow the general vibe they give off. So if this is a similar vibe to what we experienced when we first found them, then I figured that might be the best route for us to take.
DM.
Subjugate and exterminate.
Mm-hmm. Sebastian, you have a question for DM?
Those vibes we're talking about, are they similar vibes to what we've gotten off the cultists?
Yes, totally.
Okay.
100%. Present day, no problem.
Yeah.
You've smelt
Got
it,
it.
you've
Okay.
tasted it, you've sweated over it. Yeah, you're familiar with
Whoever smelt it dealt it.
it. Sure.
Anyways, yes, that seems to be the way to go.
As the party heads down this trail, the forest gets
Leslie,
Oh, go ahead. No problem.
what's Crasted's vibe right now?
He is quiet. His hood is over his head. He's re-robed, and he's kind of walking in front of Basker, in front of the cart itself. He's just sort of trudging along, and his face is kind of down a bit. Good question.
How are you feeling, Crasted?
I'm not sure. I feel uneasy. A bit scared. But also sick.
Sick.
Like
I wasn't
when you
sure.
people need tea and bed rest. From how I've heard it described, I feel like that. Maybe I'm nervous. I don't really know.
Could
I'm not
be.
used to feelings. Not on this level.
Yeah, I was right. I wasn't sure you could feel such sensations, but I suppose we're learning more and more as time goes on.
I mean, I imagine everyone feels things a little differently individually, but I do find it harder to relate to you fleshy types sometimes.
Right. Well, what are your thoughts? Are you alright following this path?
Honestly, I'm just grateful to be traveling with you great adventurers. It's been a pretty boring life, and I may die on this journey, but I'm happy to be along for the ride.
We'll do our best to make sure that doesn't happen.
Thanks.
He sort of scratches his head, pulls his robe tighter around him, and continues following along.
As we continue along, Sebastian will just kind of look over his shoulder every once in a while, just keep check on Crasted and see how he
Okay.
make sure he's looking alright.
Yeah, would you like to roll an insight check?
Sure.
All right, nice. So his intentions are honest, from what you can gather and deduce, and you have a pretty good idea that those deductions are correct. And
Well, yeah, it was not as much like intention. It's just like
sure.
How his emotional state is, I guess, as far as you know.
It's bewildered in a
Oh,
sense.
like Robo Buddy can feel emotions. Yeah.
Yeah, you get an air of bewilderment and being unsure, but definitely a sense of um, connectiveness to you guys and trust.
Okay.
Guardian, I
Good
think you were
to
saying something?
have the old buddy's trust.
Yeah. Okay. Party continues on down this trail. As you walk deeper into the forest, the trees get denser, the air gets colder, and you feel like things are watching you. It's been about an hour down the trail, and you see what looks to be signs of another crack in the ground. The trees, for a while, just kind of stop, and then another couple 100 feet ahead, they start up again. You see in the distance, a small robed figure. I mean, could be normal size, but you see a red robed figure standing, arms crossed.
Uh,
You're about 100 feet away from it right now, perhaps 300,
uh,
but it's a clearing and it's a straightaway to where they're standing.
Leo will tell everybody to like get low and like start moving somewhat quietly, and the Basker will keep the camel at like a distance.
Okay.
Hmm.
I will assume that Leo has reached 150 feet away from this figure. Anybody else? Are you with Leo?
Uh, gonna let Leo do his thing, kind of stay back a bit.
Leo would like to go invisible and stealth before we get to like before if we see this person in the distance, Leo is immediately stealthing.
For sure. Are you using the
Ooh,
invisibility ring?
buddy.
What?
Yeah, it's the only way I have invisibility.
Okay. And then run a stealth check with advantage for me, please.
Julio.
Nice.
Thank God for advantage. 25.
The robed figure's attention is caught by something. At some point, it is aware that people might be in the distance, but not quite sure. As you can see people, they can see you. And it has no idea that you've disappeared. Not even a clue. All it saw was the cart in the distance and people in front of it. Doesn't realize that um, one of them is gone.
Uh, Leo is gonna kind of pull back a ways to the party. Um, so they've already noted that the one up ahead already noticed us, but if you guys start, approaching, um, just keep it slow, keep it steady, and I'll go up ahead a ways and flank to the side. So you know, that whole thing will should at least you guys are basically bait. Like that's the only way I can put it is you guys are basically like the one he'll be focusing on while you guys approach.
You see,
And I'll I'll keep to the side and you jump in if anything else is sticking out. if anything big is going on, then I will let you guys know. And trust me when I say you guys will know when it's me. Does that sound good?
I think so.
As Leo was saying this, you are just hearing his voice. I will state that.
Yeah. Sebastian, Guardian, how do you feel about that?
Sorry, DM. I had to step away because I bit the ever living shit out of my tongue.
I am so sorry. I didn't even see the
So
chat.
I missed. Yeah, I missed like that whole
Okay.
thing.
I can totally catch you up. Where did you leave? And also, I'm so sorry about your tongue.
Last I caught was robed figure up ahead, his arms crossed,
Okay.
and I said Sebastian just
Mage
gonna
armor?
put on mage armor and kind of just be at the ready.
Okay. So what happened was Leo had a successful movement into stealth to the point where the person observing you up ahead on the trail didn't even notice that he disappeared. You guys are in the shadows, you're pretty far back. The person knows that there is a group approaching, but was distracted by something and didn't see one of y'all just dip into nowhere all of a sudden. So Leo is now invisible and talking to you lot about his plan. And it sounds like he wants to go up ahead, investigate things, and he'll send some sort of signal in case he needs your help.
Okay. Watch yourself. Don't get yourself killed before we can, just don't get yourself killed.
Yeah, like I said, I'll do my best. Yeah, just keep going forward. I'll scout ahead, and essentially I'm making sure this isn't an ambush for us. And then you'll all hear the leaves and stuff rustling as Leo makes his way
Up the trail?
into the yeah, he'll go up the trail and he'll like go around the path and try to get like he's trying to see if there are on the way he's trying to see if there is anyone else like on the sides and stuff, like, is this an ambush at point, or is this just like just one guy just standing in the middle of the road like a fucking dumbass?
Give me investigation. Please.
Certainly. Investigation. Ugh.
Ooh, tough luck.
9. Yeah.
Theo makes his way to the side of the trail, just kind of crawling through the brush, trying not to make too much noise as he clambers through fallen branches, leaves, large shrubs, those kinds of things. He's pretty sure there's no one on his side of the trail, but on the other side, not as sure, but so far it seems clear. You're now about 80 feet away from the person. You can hear water rushing. You can tell that, yes, you are at another river that cuts through the forest, just like the last one you were at. Where the person is standing, and you've gotten a better look at it, you're pretty sure you've seen this kind of person before, and it's likely cultist related. They seem to be alone.
Leo is gonna get within like 25 feet of the main individual.
Okay. Do you approach the river first and then go over like horizontally to them, or do you just kind of beeline through the trail up to them?
He'll take the roundabout way, like try and get up like up and behind him, you know?
Oh, interesting. Okay. Roll me a stealth check, please.
Thank heavens for invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, 25
Sick.
again.
All right. Perfect man for the job. As you're, you make your
This
way
is
to the
literally
edge.
his job.
I know. You make your way up to the edge. It's another cliff, just like last time. Far below it, you can't even really see the river because it gets so dark down there. You hear it, and crossing the chasm is a large, thick stonework bridge. Looks ancient. It's sort of crumbly, not like the best built that you've seen, but it does span this bridge. It's it's about 40 to 50 feet long, covering the chasm, and it's about 15 feet wide. What you see as you approach is a robed one, feet out in a confident stance, arms crossed, grinning and just waiting at the edge of the bridge. It's not on it, but it's in front of it. Its feet are muddy. Bit of mud
Is
trailing up
there
on the robe itself.
any signs of others in the area?
Perception check, please.
Ugh. Can I also roll an insight on this guy to see
Yes.
why he's grinning so big?
Yes, you may.
Wow, that was
Okay.
a disappointing
That was
looking
not
roll.
19. It looked disappointing.
It looked disappointing. It just tick. Oh, okay. 19.
Got some good stats for that. All right. So you're pretty sure no one else is around. You're not entirely sure, but that's what you've gathered in general. Now, your insight into him. You're pretty sure that you've encountered this cultist before. You've never seen them, at least not much. But they seem incredibly confident. Their posture is, I am in my territory now.
Hmm. So he feels like he's got the home field advantage on whoever is coming towards him,
Correct.
which means that there is a very high percent chance that this is an ambush. Even though he doesn't see it, he's got that feeling like ambush.
You could infer that, but I will not confirm it.
Leo like keep like a 20-25 foot distance and like hush.
What do you mean by hush? You're gonna hush him?
No, he's just staying quiet. He is hushing himself
I see.
in the area that is around him, essentially.
Just kind of waiting and observing. Is there any signals you want to send to your teammates? Is there anything you want to do other than just chill for a minute?
He'll do like a bird call that he probably would have like told the others is like, "Hey, warning!" But that's all that can be relayed.
Due to your proximity and that audibility, I'm gonna need a deception check.
Okay. They have proficiency in this.
Oof.
8.
As you make your call, the robed one looks directly at your direction. Hi there, friend. Welcome. Arms are still crossed. It's looking directly at you. Has not moved.
He'll slink to the side as quietly as he can.
I thought you might want to know that you all probably won't live beyond this area of the forest. We've been keeping tabs on you lot. Things are already in motion. There's nothing you can do. It's still looking at the spot that you were. No
He'll
matter.
he'll like quietly step and pull closer, but to the side, kind of
How far are
moving
you?
towards the bridge.
Okay.
I was 20 to 25 feet away. Now I'm like moving to like 15 feet to like
But
scoot
to his side.
behind him.
Okay.
Yeah, to his side, like towards the bridge, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's standing in front of the bridge. If I want to get behind him, I have to get on the bridge.
I mean, kind of. He's a good 5-10 feet in front of the bridge. And there is room on either side of him. He's just standing in the middle of it, just kind of in front of it, confidently. If you would like to step on that bridge, I suggest you hesitate. For I would like to not have to get home in a difficult way. It has stopped looking at where you were and is just looking down the trail. I think I see your dog. We had a nice tussle a couple nights ago. Shame about my partners. They were weak. Sebastian, Guardian, you hear some words that the cultist is saying. Not all of them, but it's definitely clearly talking, and it looks like it has spotted Trell. In some degree, you don't even know where Leo is. Would you like to do anything with these observations?
Kind of Guardian's gonna kind of look towards Sebastian and kind of go, should we step in, or do you think you might have this under control?
Not sure, but I worry that stepping in might trigger an ambush.
Do you think we might try to see if we can foil this ambush then?
Do you have a plan?
I mean, if we can figure out if we have been spotted, or if it's just simply our friend that has been spotted, that might be our first bet. She's going to quickly summon. She's going to cast find the flock of familiars and summon her little demon twins.
Okay.
They are. Hold on, let me take a look at this. Sorry, I'm pulling up Find Familiar because it uses the same rules.
No rush. You're fine.
Instead of, you know what, we're gonna spice this up a little bit. Instead of instead of summoning 3 little like devil rats, you watch as she kind of does the similar motions that she does for when she summoned the rats, but instead of summoning rats, you see kind of these crimson red hawks with kind of deep, kind of deep obsidian eyes and maybe like a small little protrusion of horns.
Hawks with horns, I love it.
Yeah. And she's going to command them to scout the area, see if she's specifically going to tell them to look for people within 100 feet of within 100 feet of them, if there's any more like them in the area skulking about, basically.
For sure.
Some good old advanced aerial recon.
Yeah. smart thinking there.
Yeah.
Also,
insight.
would you say the magic detection is still active?
It has been quite a while, over an hour. So probably not. If I'm remembering it right. While holding it, you can expend 1 charge as an action to cast it. Lasts for 10 minutes. Yeah, it's not active. You can use it. You have a couple more charges in it.
Yeah, I think it's like 3 total charges.
Yep, 3 per day. Guardian, please roll me perception with advantage due to your hawks having keen sight.
Hell yeah. 12.
12. Oh my god.
12.
It's a thick forest. What can I say? Even eagle-eyed hawks. Yes, they're eagle-eyed, not hawk-eyed.
Yeah,
They-
I mean, yeah, that's fair. I chose the wrong kind of birds to navigate a forest, but it's fine.
They're used to deserts, open spaces, not something as dense as this.
Yeah,
also his nighttime.
Guardian thought. Yeah, I was like, Guardian thought bird. She didn't think, what? Plus,
Kind of bird.
she's used to. Yeah, she's more used to like flatlands and plains, not
Exactly.
trees everywhere. So,
magic
Makes-
detection. You can sense traces of where Trell has been. There, Sebastian. You can sort of sense where he was talking next to you when he put on the ring, and when he scampered off into the bushes to go sneak up on the guy. As it escapes your range, obviously, you kind of lose the trail, but that, and aside from your compatriots and their various magical things, like the backpack the Guardian wears, you're not sensing anything different. Forest seems pretty plain.
Nothing like off to the side, like in the bushes or anything, or like under, or like the sides or under the bridge or anything. Like anyone's hiding out there.
You're about 150 feet from the bridge. Your wand doesn't have that range, so you wouldn't be able to tell at this distance.
Can I step a little bit closer? Just
Of
to
course,
be,
but it does
just
have
to
a
where.
It does have a 30-foot range, so you're gonna have to walk quite close, and you'll be within spitting distance of that cultist,
Oh.
which will incur things.
Hmm. Hmm. Um. Okay, I kind of want to try something. I don't know if it'll work out or if it'd even be allowed, but
Talk to me, Jim.
um, So I want to ready a spell for one, and then the second thing is um either take out either the necklace with the crystal or the bone key and just kind of hold it out. Uh, Basically, just to kind of explain what he's trying to do. He's uh trying to bait, basically, like
Bait the cultists.
like if there is anyone hiding out, like if they
Ah.
take the bait. So like
And-
if
and-
they like sense the crystal or the bone key or something, or like get the aura off of it,
I got you. So what
and
is the
then
magical
have a
component
spell.
of this? I'm sorry. I'm running all over your phrases. I'm sorry.
Sorry, what was the question?
I was just saying I'm running all over your words. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and
There
then
was no
just have a spell ready in case they do take the bait.
Okay.
That'll trigger
Um,
if they pop out or something.
For sure. So, Guardian, your birds report back that they don't see anything other than the cultists and perhaps some yummy things to eat, but nothing that would constitute an ambush. They do report that it's hard to see. And Sebastian, you do not discover, or nothing pops out at the side of your keys and your amulet. The cultist is too far away to know what you're holding.
Hmm. Given that she doesn't, okay, she is going to. Once she kind of gets that information, she'll relay it to Sebastian, just going. They don't seem to have sent. They didn't see anyone else that was in the immediate area, so perhaps we're lucky. It's just the one talking to our friend. But I think I will have them. I might have our friends post up and make sure that nothing tries to sneak up on us.
Good plan. Sebastian is just gonna kind of just stay where we're at and just kind of take a knee and just keep observing, just waiting for something from
Yeah.
from Leo.
Yeah. Guardian will kind of move up a wee bit, not too much, just enough to where the ravens are the birds are able to get to a position to where they can keep an eye on our friend currently conversing with a cultist, but not enough to where they're like basically I'm putting them on like sentinel overwatch just to make sure no one decides to be all like sneaky breaky, but she
Yeah.
wants to be close enough to where they can telepathically say like, hey, someone just entered my site.
For sure. So, question for you.
Answer.
Are they attempting to be stealthy about their positioning? Because these birds are unusual to this forest.
Sure. Well, Guardian will probably tell them to try to be as sneaky as they can, which, I mean, they're red birds with little tiny horns, so I wouldn't be surprised if they got spotted.
Very
Yeah,
inconspicuous.
Exactly.
Very.
Roll me a stealth check, please.
Okay. Let me pull up the stat block for a bird.
And
I
also
got one
Sebastian,
for you.
while he's
so they don't have a proficiency in stealth, so it's just their dex score, if I remember.
but yeah, while Sebastian is just kind of taking a knee and just kind of waiting,
Hey.
So we'll go ahead and have the amulet and just kind of like hang it or like dangling from his staff.
Do you want me to roll for each bird, or do we want to just
No, the group is
collective
fine.
roll?
The group-
Okay, so they got an 18 then.
Nice. I'm so
They're
sorry,
sneaky
Sebastian.
breaky.
Indeed. I'm so sorry, Sebastian. What did you say?
Oh, while he's waiting there and everything, he's just gonna have the amulet just like hanging from the staff. He's gonna like hang it on his staff.
Okay. Doubled up then. Interesting. Because you have a crystal on the tip of your staff, right? I know
Not
you have
yet.
one made, but okay, so
Yeah.
you didn't end this one. Right on. You're kind of
Yeah,
makeshifting
no,
one
just-
right now. I like that.
Essentially, yeah. Just kind of just taking the necklace and just kind of hanging it on it. So it's not really like the crystals like imbued in it or anything. He's just hanging the necklace from it.
For sure. Leo. The guardian the
The
rogue
Guardian.
The guardian.
Guardian.
The guardian
rogue
of the
one-
bridge.
Starts to address you. I see your friends are rummaging about. Not too brave, are they? Weaklings. Leo, what are you up to?
Trying to get behind him.
I didn't hear the first part, but it sounds like you want to get behind him.
Yeah.
Yes, trying to get behind him.
Okay, give me a stealth check, please. Due
Okay,
to audio, no advantage, and proximity.
Okay. Just normal stealth roll. God, why?
The dice gods do not favor your action.
The cultist disappears.
Oh,
You think
I don't like that.
You think you can sneak up on me? It cackles. You're not quite sure where it is, Leo. It could be right where it was.
Leo will drop invisibility.
Okay. Anything you want to do with that?
What he will do specifically is he'll cast Fearing Smite.
Directly in front of you?
No, on his rapier.
For sure.
It'll cancel out like invisibility anyways, so that's why
Yeah,
he's doing it.
No, I got you.
Because he's been caught now, so like might as well just be like, fine.
For sure.
And Leo will like be like in front of the bridge now, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say
And
your
just be
center
like-
bridge, about 5 foot in front of it. Just kind of right on the edge.
How wide is it?
15.
Oh. So yeah, I could technically reach both sides of it if something tries to pass me. Cool. And he'll just be like, so what?
You have no idea where the cultist is. And it's not answering you. Check that roll, fam.
I see it. So you talk a big game, it seems. You like being in control, in charge. This is your home. This is your space. But
Persuasion, please.
you might. Oh, persuasion. Okay.
Yeah, but go ahead. Sorry, I didn't want to cut off your speech. Please do.
That's fine.
It'll account for
16.
it'll. Go ahead and finish because I take everything you say into account. So sorry for cutting you off.
Yeah, it's fine. But it seems like you're just a whiny bitch. Oh, this is my space. Oh, this is mine. Well, I guess only those who actually know the woods know their secrets. Hear their whispers.
City boy. You hear it back on the bridge behind you.
Looks back. Just uses the one eye to look back towards the bridge. I'm not a city boy, you fucking cuck. I live in the forest. You might call this home, but this is mine. And your very presence disgusts these forests. You are nothing but rotten infection.
It sounds like it's throwing its voice. In a way. Something a bit echoey about the way that they're speaking. And they reply with, "Oh, they like us plenty here. They like us very much."
Really? Then why don't you show yourself and prove it? Unless you're too scared to fight a cripple, like the rest of your pestilent existences.
Guardian, you can see and hear everything that is going on right now due to your birds. You have this info. Do you want to relay it to your group or do anything with that?
Leo is literally just standing there insulting nothing.
Yeah.
I imagine she is trying her best to relay information to Sebastian. At least just so if shit goes down that we know when to run in and be like, hey. So I imagine like two of the birds are on Overwatch, and then one is kind of like over by Sebastian, just basically so she can kind of communicate and be like, hey, this is what I'm seeing. And the bird can relay that to Sebastian.
Yeah, just have the bird do it. Why not? So,
Yeah.
Sebastian, anything you
Yeah.
want
Okay,
to
but
this info?
I mean,
You
it's
know that they're
easier than
arguing.
trying to like shout and be like, hey guys!
Yeah.
He has one of the demon birds with him.
Sebastian, you were
And the
saying
demon birds are talking.
Yeah.
why not?
I mean, they are familiars. They're not. They're just.
Exactly.
They only take the vestige of a creature. They aren't exactly.
I got no problems with it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, all they are spirits taking the form of stuff. So technically, they're not really animals. They're just spirits that you kind of tell like, hey, I need you to be this, and then they just do it. But just the only difference is if someone casts a detect fiend or something like that, then they'll show up as a fiend because they're technically fiend birds.
Yeah.
But anyway, semantics aside.
It's all good.
Yeah,
so I guess you lot back there are just kind of waiting right now as the Battle of Woods happens.
Yeah. Just kind of, two birds trying to keep out an eye for to our friend that's having the discussion, and then one bird with other friend to not only keep an eye on him, but also to relay what the other birds are seeing and what Guardian's seeing.
Okay.
You know, we got a line of communication going on here, and it's important.
Excellent. Leo.
It's like the game Telephone, but if your friends were actually reliable in that game.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, Sebastian is kind of like he's still just observing and waiting, but he's kind of like tensing up, and, like tightening his grip on his staff, and just like really squinting and like observing. He's
Sure.
almost kind of impatient, like waiting to take action, but still like
It looks like Leo
still
is just
observing.
arguing with himself. He's now turned around and is facing the bridge itself.
Oh,
Leo.
that was just when he heard the voice behind him, he was looking that direction, but he's like kind of like he's sideways.
I see. Okay. You see him shouting to the side of him while he faces sideways. Leo, based on what you last said, please roll intimidation.
Oh yeah, this will go great, guys. Watch
Oh,
this.
I would say, wow. Okay. Anyways, I was gonna ask, like, would we have noticed the cultist just disappear, and go
Yes.
invisible
Yes.
from across the
you
bridge?
did
Yeah. So
Yeah,
okay.
you saw him just
Yeah. So
dip
we
out of
know.
nowhere. You were looking straight
Yeah. So we
at
know
him.
he's. Yeah. So we know he's roaming around invisible somewhere.
Yeah. And the
Natural
bird's also
20.
related. Yeah, I know. Freaking A. 1 second.
I guess being called pestilent was the last straw.
Pestilent. If anything, we thrive on it. I'll see you on the other side of the bridge. Bye. That's the last thing it says.
He calls out several dozen expletives in Draconic just because.
Right on.
Not
GG,
like
Leo.
they'll actively not like they'll actively respond, but he's saying something.
Yeah, no, to what you are aware, the cultist is bothered by your statements and has kind of vacated the area at the moment. But there's something cheeky about the way it left. And unfortunately, you're not able to get insight on how it felt regarding those expletives. But I'm sure they were biting pretty hard.
Biting.
If it understood Draconic. I don't think they do. Not this guy anyway.
Right.
Yeah, this guy does.
I doubt it.
He doesn't.
They don't know what he says. All they know is he says some weird words.
Yeah. Angry half
Be
elf.
putting a curse or a hex on him for all they know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Some
Yeah, pretty much.
curse of the forest spirits or something.
Mm-hmm.
That would be more druidic, but whatever.
Hey,
I mean, it
dragons
could be.
like forest too.
Yeah,
No,
that
yeah,
could be.
no,
that
I
could
know.
play into the intimidation. Like you're throwing like you're like proving that the force is on your side by like throwing
Yeah.
curses of the forest on the dude or something. Yeah. Anyways,
Draconic holds weight. That's all I know.
Definitely. I can tell you that the road one wants nothing does not want to be around you right now.
Oh, I'd bet. Fucking cowards. Yeah, Leo will walk towards the others. He just walks towards them.
Okay, back down the trail.
Blazing he just goes back down the trail. He's like, if they're going to ambush us, it's not here. At least not as far as I can tell. They're being Nancy's might be the right word. No, that's not the right word.
I feel like there was another word you were aiming for, but that's all right.
There's a lot of words that I can use in this scenario. Believe me, there's a lot. called them Pustulant, and apparently they decided, okay, well, we're done with this. We're just gonna leave now. And then he calls out, because they're a bunch of bitches. But he says that very loudly.
It echoes through the forest.
Also, they know we're
Eh.
coming, and
Seems pretty consistent with their ways from what we've seen so far.
also apparently, that guy knows Basker. So
I
he got
take
very.
I take it he's the one who escaped from Creston's house.
Seems that way.
Would
And
make
Leo
sense.
will like walk up to Basker and just be like, "It's okay, buddy. It's okay." Just rubbing his floppy face.
Love it. The dog is very happy and grateful for your pets.
But yeah, we should probably, at least for now, leave the cart on this side of the bridge. My dog and our compatriot on the wagon will stay here to keep an eye out for anyone else, I guess. But we definitely want to cross the bridge because apparently that's where they all are, unless they're not. And then they're just standing around here acting like a bunch of bitches. Which means that they're also listening in on this conversation because, you know,
Oh, definitely.
they just can, apparently. Because apparently these, and he like holds up his hand with a ring on it, these are just a popular item amongst those guys. Which makes no sense. Like, I've never seen one of these things before, like, ever. Never even heard of one of these things. And apparently they pass them out to these guys like fucking candies.
The dungeon master is enjoying Halloween candy.
Oh, yeah.
Halloween candy.
Does the dungeon master? Does the dungeon master also have a whole like bowl of invisibility rings that he's handing out to trick or treaters?
Only for select special.
Gee,
These guys sure are special, all right.
I suppose that could be said.
Damn cat. Well, group. Thoughts, feelings, actions.
Sebastian will stand up from taking a knee and start heading towards the bridge.
Yeah.
Just kind of like with like a just kind of a confident, like determined stride.
Yeah. I know for the most part, Guardian will probably send the birds to go scout out the other side again just to make sure, because if don't want to deal with the shit.
Totally. Feel free to roll a perception with advantage for the birds.
Burp. Do I want me to use Guardians or the birds? Perception.
The birds, please.
Okay, so that's with advantage.
Yes.
Let's see. I had said
I've been just rolling off the hawk.
hawk.
Here. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a +4. I'll take that 23.
Damn, okay. Just a casual 23, no big deal.
No big deal. Nodders.
Mm-hmm.
Nodders.
The birds do not see anyone, including the cultist who went invisible, but they do see footsteps leaving the edge of the bridge that seem pretty fresh. They lead into the forest behind. Perhaps the cultist is just hiding in the bushes. What you do also discover on the other side of this bridge is that a bit down the trail, since the birds like to scout out a little bit, they see that the trail actually splits in three. There's a pretty even distribution of footprints and tracks going in between these three paths.
Mm-mm. Hmm. Well, that's a bit concerning. Alright. Kind of relay to gonna relay that the birds don't see shit.
Okay. Nothing about the trail details or anything? Just can't see shit?
Oh yeah, no, she'll relay that.
Okay. Party, you now have that same knowledge.
If we get a closer look, I can at least check the time of the tracks once we see them. I'll at least get that'll at least allow me to get a gauge on how, when, and stuff about where they went. But more than likely, like I said, they're trying to get the jump on us. So for now, we'll leave Basker here with the cart and the camel, and we should probably cross over the bridge. And be ready for a fight. And as he says that, I assume a minute has passed, so Syrinx might has gone.
Yeah, for sure. It has.
I wish I hadn't wasted a goddamn spell slot on that shit.
Hey, things happen.
Yeah,
I mean, you could
I
have
know.
used it anyways if you just swung around like wildly
Yeah.
in the hope that you hit the cultist while he was invisible.
Or, like,
That is true, but
light a roll of smoking halfling's leaf or something.
I don't know if Leo smokes, to be completely honest. I forget. Has he
I don't know either.
smoked?
I don't think he has.
He seems
smoked.
like he
seems like he
seems like the
would.
type that probably would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. You know what? Leo's a smoker too. I have 4 different characters that just randomly smoke cigarettes or whatever they have on hand.
Why not?
Whatever is technically smokable in whatever realm they are in. But yeah, Leo.
Which it begs the question: if he's only has like one arm, one eye, does he also only have one lung?
No, he does have all of his organs. Funny
Oh,
enough,
good.
all of those are still intact.
Those are useful.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good to have lungs.
If they had actively like killed him, then he probably wouldn't have organs, and then I'd be a different character entirely.
We've been walking around with a reborn this whole time, and we didn't even know it.
My God.
That
My
I will say,
goodness.
there is a form of Leo that is a reborn.
Nice.
Oh.
Just I haven't gotten art of that one.
So, everybody that's
Also,
in the battle
no,
map,
Leo is not a reborn.
please roll for initiative. This isn't
Oh,
for
goody.
This isn't for combat, I must say. This is because I want you to be pretty turn-based about this situation.
Okay. Don't like this.
There you go. Now it's showing up for me. God damn.
So I'm going to unpause and pause after everyone moves a square.
No.
Guardian, you're up first. You're at the edge of the. You all are up at the edge of the bridge. Is there anything you want to do first before you start approaching the bridge?
That is a wonderful question.
So to clarify, this rectangle
Yes,
that's drawn on here, that's the bridge.
it is. That is the dimensions of the bridge.
So we're just basically 2 steps from the bridge.
Uh-huh. I mean, it sounded like you were
But
walking
each.
towards it, so I just kind of put you guys there in the map. We could step back
Yeah.
if you want, but
But
No,
each.
that's fine. Just making sure I have that all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clarified.
Grass has got 10 foot in between. You got 5. Like squatted up.
All right. I don't trust any of this, but I might just bite the bullet on it. I think. I think Guardian for the most part would start crossing the bridge.
Okay. Anyone have any
Very
other activities they'd
wary.
like to do first?
I would say Sebastian still has that spell readied and the necklace still dangling from his staff.
For sure. I got you. Okay. Guardian, you're up. You want to move?
All right.
I suggest treading carefully.
No.
I mean, it's up to you.
Like to live
You can do
dangerously.
whatever you want.
So 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Up next is Sebastian.
Okay. Also,
Guardian, it seems like a sturdy bridge to you.
Squint.
so we're gonna do. Oh no, I can't do that yet. Okay. One. Staff and scimitar at the ready. 2. Wait, 2. There we go.
All right.
Mm,
Crescent's turn. In fact, it would be unfair of me to let Crescent cross at this moment, so he's gonna stay back, actually. Or he could just like directly follow with you guys.
This
If
is
that works.
this is sus. This is big sus.
Leo, your turn.
Leo is going to, with confidence, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, kind of move as far as I can there.
Okay. The bridge buckles. The stonework begins to shake, and it seems to like sag and deflate in its framing. You hear stones and blocks of bridge falling into the river below. It's getting pretty steep and bent in the middle, like this. It's barely holding on. All of you, please make athletics checks to see if you follow.
Oh boy!
Hmm.
I'm great at
Athletics
these.
or acrobatics?
I'm choosing athletics.
Okie doke. Wanted to check.
Hmm.
Ah.
Guardian, you are prone.
Nodders.
Um, cool. Crested, Sebastian, and Leo are on their knees. Guardian is laying on the ground, fallen over. The bridge is starting to crumble and cave, and is kind of falling apart. The robed one appears right here. You foolish elf! I thought that you were smarter, but you must tread carefully here, lest you may die. And it
I
disappears again.
still have an action, right?
Sure.
As soon as Leo sees him, he bolts and moves behind him. Nah. There. Dash action.
The bridge falls apart and you all fall into the river.
Oh.
It comes crashing down. You have triggered its final trap, and you all fall 100 plus feet down into the river. Stones crashing all around you, and now I need everyone to make a second, let me think. Make me Constitution saving throws, everyone, please, with disadvantage.
Oh,
With
yay.
disadvantage. Lovely.
We
As you are
are
falling
gonna
down,
die.
yeah, as you're falling down into the river, stones are crashing around and hitting the sides of the cave and the canyon around you. There's tree branches sticking out, and some of you are like bumping off of them as you're coming crashing down. You may have been falling for a good 200-300 feet. You can hear plonking and plodding all into the river below you as the bridge completely crumbles into nothingness. You hear a shriek from the robed one, and oops, okay, I messed up there. Damn. Okay.
Couple questions.
Sure.
One, Crested wasn't on the bridge.
No, he
Was
was not.
he? Okay, so
Yeah.
Crested doesn't fall. The robed one does.
Yep.
Can I grab him while we're falling?
Let me see what your con save was.
16.
Give me an acrobatics check on that and a strength. I want both.
Okie doke. So, acrobatics 13 and just a strength ability check, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay. Natural 20.
Sick. Okay. As you're falling down, you fall down with the robed one. He shrieks at you, "You fool!" And
I get him beneath me. I'm gonna use this fucker to cushion the fall.
You can certainly try, but I would say because of your acrobatics check that you have a difficult time doing that. You do manage to push him under, but it's hard for you to stay, connected as you're falling. You manage to grab his robe and rip that from him, including his scimitar, and he puts on his ring as he's falling down. Once you crash into the water, you're not really sure where he is. You do manage to grab a couple of his items, but in the chaos,
Cool.
even a nat 20 ain't gonna get you much. For
That's
the
fine.
others, Sebastian, I need you to take half damage. You hit quite a few things as you're falling down rocks, boulders, parts of bridge. Your body's just kind of being thrown around like a rag doll. And it's pretty harmful to your well-being.
How much does my
Guardian?
mage armor help?
Let me see.
Also, half damage of what?
Of your entire HP.
Oh,
So mage armor ain't gonna help you much in this situation.
okay.
Take half of your HP gone. It's a bit of a
Okay.
special situation, so I'm kind of
Ouch.
yeah. Guardian, you managed to fall with grace. Perhaps your birds help you out, and you managed to avoid most damage. Leo, your con save was also high enough, so you don't take damage either. For whatever reason, when you're messing with the cultist as it falls down, you have a you manage to avoid damage as you fall down. Crasted,
Cool.
Asterion, the camel, the cart, the chair
Do
are
you
all up in the forest where you left them.
do you mean Acarus?
Yeah, Acarus. Did I say Asterion? I said
You said
Asterion.
You got that Baldur's Gate
Close.
on.
I know.
Somebody's been playing too much Baldur's Gate.
I even played this week. That's funny. Acarus is up there. So now that you're all in the water, in the darkness, it's difficult for you to see in what you're doing. You're kind of grasping and trying to swim to the shore and stuff. Let's see. At this point, everyone make me an athletics check for the purpose of swimming. If you have any devices or magics or anything that can help you with that, please use them. I assume your goal is to get to the same shore. It's very dark down here. What you see above you is just a slit of light from the sky running down the length of the river. And it's rushing pretty quick.
Would my Tempest magic help?
It's a spell for... Yeah, it could. For 10 foot. It's 45 foot long. I mean, it can get you along there. You have a river that's about 35 foot wide. And due to your damage and stuff, you're everyone's kind of in the center of the river. So you have about 15 to 20 feet to swim, everyone. So you can fly for 10 with that. So I'll take that into account. You can do that before or after. Like you can swim first, then do that, or you can fly for a bit, then swim some more. Up to you.
So we'll see.
Use it.
He's not a great swimmer. So we'll do the dash or the more of a he like flashes forward in a bolt of lightning for 10 feet and then tries to swim the rest.
Oh, perfect.
Unfortunately, Sebastian is not the best swimmer.
No, he's not. Guardian and Leo, please give me athletics check.
Oh boy.
Were you swimming?
No.
Oh,
No,
Apparently,
God.
Guardian is also not a great swimmer.
Leo, as
She's
you
a.
are...
Though,
Go ahead.
ironically, the person with one arm is the best swimmer here.
What's that
Apparently.
about? Um, Leo, you notice your comrades are struggling against the current of the dark, deep river that you are currently in. You can see shoreline on either side of you. You all were kind of facing the way you were walking on the bridge, and there is enough space to walk up on. But it's rocky, craggy, various strange ferns and stuff that are definitely attuned to the darkness. And you see the red tiefling and the human sorcerer covered in robes and things just really struggling against the current. Do you do anything with this info?
Yes. Leo will he'll kind of like shove the cultist stuff away. Like, I'll deal with that later. And because I did manage to get something off that individual.
Is there anything on the shore? Since I think at this point, I'm what, like 5 feet away?
Yeah.
Is there
Uh,
anything on the shore that I could see that I might be able to grab with my mage hand that would help?
For sure. Roll me
Okay, like,
perception, please. You don't have dark vision, so roll it with disadvantage, please.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
15?
You see a root sticking out of the wall of the cavern, and it's sort of dangling into the water. There's various bits of leaves and other things kind of sticking to it. You could sort of see it glinting to it in the light that you do have. It's about
Is it
go
close enough that I could grab it?
ahead. You can try and give me an athletics check. Actually, no, sleight of hand. I'm so sorry. Let's do sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Okay, that one I should be a little bit better at. Or not.
Oh no.
It was literally
Oh,
right
no.
on it, like right on his 20, and then
Guardian and Leo,
fuck.
as this is happening, you see your human friend just kind of like reach out for something and slip, and his head has gone under the water. You can hear him kind of gasping for air as this is going on.
What about my mage hand? Can I do
Oh,
anything with
you
that?
did ask for that. I'm so sorry. You can cast your right hand.
Okay.
Leo is going to go and grab Guardian and
Okay.
pull and go like towards Sebastian.
Okay. Give me sleight of hand and athletics. Or favor.
Okay. Sleight of hand. 17. Athletics. Ugh. Also 17.
Nice.
Hell yeah. You managed to do both things. You swim over, grab Guardian, and spaced out. So sorry. What was that last thing?
I pull Guardian with me as we move towards Sebastian.
Towards Sebastian. Okay,
So
yeah.
like
Got you. Yeah.
I'm trying to get
that
us
sounded right.
all together so that we can make a push
Mhm.
towards the last like 5 feet towards the shore.
For sure. Sebastian, is there anything you'd like to attempt with the mage hand? You're under the water and you've casted it. It's floating above the water. Leo's on his way towards you.
If there's anything it can grab to like pull to me or something that I could grab onto, or
It could bring Leo to you. It could help guide him in the river current towards you. Does that sound like a decent activity?
I mean, sure, I guess. If there's nothing else.
You could also have it attempt to grab the branch that you missed. You're a bit down current from it now, but perhaps the mage hand could bring the root, towards you. Either way.
Could I try that? And if that fails, then help Leo?
You can pick one. Things are moving pretty fast here.
I think for the sake of RP, the Sebastian would just kind of his brain would just go for the root.
Okay.
You know, with the situation, you know.
Yeah. The mage hand grabs it. Can't carry more than 10 pounds, so can only bend it towards you a little bit. But in this action, it does manage to grab it and bend it towards you. Please give me another sleight of hand to try and grab the root that the mage hand has assisted you with.
All right, dice gods. Net 20.
Heyo!
Let's go!
Perfect. Mage hand plops the root right in your hand, and it helps you hold on to it, and you are now safe. And Leo is 5 feet away from you at this moment. Guardian, you were about to say something.
I don't know why, but I imagine him firing it off like one of those like flare guns you used to get the attention. Just
Yeah.
Just a little
flare gun
hand.
mage hand. Heck yeah.
Yeah, a flare gun mage hand says.
Yeah, there we go. If I ever need to like send off a signal like as like a flare gun, I just like shoot my mage hand into the air.
You like
Do a
finger gun it into the air.
Oh
Just...
my god, yeah.
Yes.
Just do a finger gun and then it just like shoots out as it fits your hand like away from you. Just like
Yes.
And it's still in the shape of a finger gun.
yeah. Maybe some
I love
sparkly
it.
explosion things around it.
Yeah. And then like it even does like the finger gun motion in the air.
Yeah.
Anyways, meanwhile, now that Sebastian's on
Success.
shore, he's literally the GIF I just posted. That's Sebastian right now.
Yeah. Definitely rolling around in pain. Very
My
bruised up.
back, my back.
Part of that bridge just slammed into your spine. Leo, you're 5 feet from the shore. You're holding Guardian. What do you two do?
I continue to pull Guardian unless Guardian starts moving like as well. Like I am trying to.
She's not gonna ragdoll. She's gonna move.
Okay.
Yeah,
both
the
of you make
cripple
a-
is assisting.
She's just gonna go full limp, just like okay.
Oh, thanks. I don't see her doing that. So,
We're not
just like leaning back with like the arm over her forehead, do like the dramatic like damsel in distress, like.
There's
Yes.
no seats for me to do that.
both
Yeah.
of you make athletics checks, please.
Okay.
Okay. This one's probably gonna be 10.
I will count both of
Make
your
it-
scores. Ooh, the two of you are like having trouble swimming in sync, and you actually end up further downriver than Sebastian, and you're struggling to make that last 5 feet. Sebastian, you see this happening. Do you do anything regarding it? They are
Mage
beyond the
hand.
route at this point. Okay. Mage hand to like go hold one of their hands or something.
Yeah, I guess whatever it can do to assist.
What
can
if we
only carry
hold
10
hands while we're
pounds.
trying to draft?
Yeah, it can't hold much, so
Hold on. I gotta check something real quick.
okay.
Sorry.
I
Oh,
don't know if it could like try and guide them, or maybe if like I can
I have
kind
a
of run over and try and find like another route or something that it could like.
Yeah, you can
Right.
run
I
down
have-
the
put
river
out
and
for
look
them.
for more stuff to push in their way or something.
I have a silly idea that would be hilarious.
Okay.
I'm gonna once again, because again, I can never not find a use for this spell. I'm gonna cast Flock of Familiars again, and about the only one that's gonna probably help me in this instance. Granted, I'm not sure how much of help it's gonna be, but I'm still gonna do it. Guardian is going to do her usual thing as they're trying to swim downwards, but instead she puts her hand in the water and kind of this kind of inky black substance kind of pours out of her hand, and in these it kind of forms up into, you see these kind of purplish, almost kind of eldritch looking creatures, but they have like little devilish features, like little horns across them, and she's gonna summon
Ew.
3 little octopi.
That's awesome.
Little
Dude,
demon
Where's that?
octopi.
Little demon
You had to set
octopi.
on me with a wet butt. Get off me, dude. Ew. I need a moment. I am so sorry, everyone. I love this moment. Hold it. Love it. I'll be right back.
I want to hold the little guys, yeah.
I guess this is a good time for me to feed my dog real quick. I will also be right back.
Yeah.
Break time. Really
Break time.
All right, break time. Be right back.
And break.
Drew's back, so we'll just hang out for a minute. I suppose I can put the BRB up for now, and then you can still hear me talk. It sounds like the break might be a little bit longer just because of what the players need, which is no problem. So I'm actually going to dip for a second and I'll be back.
I'm back. Whoa.
Summoning Guidopusses.
Yeah, the Fiendapus.
Sorry everyone for that sudden break. I don't know that I've ever had a cat with a wet butt sit on me before in my life. That was a bit shocking. We dealt with it. Some dogs were walked. You know, we're chilling. So presently,
I feel like there's a joke in there somewhere.
probably. So presently, Guardian and Leo are 5 foot away from the shore, and they're struggling to get to the shore. Guardian has just summoned some black ink around her hand in the water. Take it away, Guardian.
Yeah, and the black ink kind of forms into these about, I would say about 2 foot long octopi with kind of a unnaturally kind of blue hue to them. Where their kind of like tendrils are kind of almost ends up in like almost seems like has what appears to be like almost like a claw, like a hook claw like implement, and it has clear signs of what appears to be kind of like an infernal vibe to them. I think a common feature among most of the infernal things she summons is the kind of deep black like voids that are basically eyes, but they have this kind of like unnerving feeling to them. But she summons 3 of them. And basically, like, they are not strong by themselves, but ape strong together. So 3 octopi with the power of God are going to help us through this. Mechanically speaking, I would like the octopi to assist the 2 of us that are closest to shore, but with the help action. So they are basically going to kind of help us try to help Guardian and Leo get to shore by kind of like either kind of like pulling us, like 2 of them kind of like linking together and trying to like pull, and the other one trying to help out, kind of push where they can as like an assist action.
Thinking about some things right now. So
Also, Mage Hand.
Yes, Mage Hand is on its way to help. So thinking. 3 octopus together is 12 strength. The thought that I'm having. Because of them being in water and assisting you, I would love for them to make a strength check with advantage together based on a 12 strength.
Okay, so 12, that would be a +1. Okay. Sorry, I was doing the math.
It's okay.
With advantage?
Yes. Due to Leo and you helping out, due to them being in water, and due to the Mage Hand coming in and assisting.
With the advantage, that would be a 16.
Sick. So, the octopus are summoned. They kind of dig into the ground and into the sand at the shore of the, like just under the water, and their little tendrils just kind of go into the, I wanted to say soil for some reason, but into the sand. Guardian, you and Leo, you 2 are holding onto each other, and the octopus are like wrapped around Guardian's arm and pulling you all together. The Mage Hand comes over and grabs Leo's hand, and everything all works together and pulls you all up out of the water and onto shore. Good job, everyone.
Nice.
So, Sebastian, they're like 10, 15 feet ahead of you, and I assume you're kind of running towards them as you're trying to get the Mage Hand to assist. And they're now up out of the water.
Just half running, half limping.
Yeah. Messed up back, for sure.
holding his back along the way, just running over. I got it. I can help. My back.
Ah, man. That's annoying. That was. I'm sorry. I apologize for that.
Yeah, Sebastian catches up to them and just be like, hands on his knees, panting, holding his back.
How hurt is Sebastian?
Half my
half of
health.
it- yeah.
Oh,
It's fine.
Leo
It's
will
fine.
like stand up and like, I am incredibly sorry about that, and like puts his one hand on your shoulder, and I'll come on, there we go. Cast a cure wounds on Sebastian.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, well, there we
11.
go.
That
That
was
brings
a
me
max-
back to
that was-
full.
Your
That
back
was a
feels
maxed
so
out
much
roll.
better. Limber, even.
Wait, wow.
Uh,
I feel
I'm-
10 years younger.
I'm
You should be a
incredibly-
chiropractor.
Nah, I don't think a chiropractor would be good with just, one of these. And he like holds up his only hand. Yeah, I am sorry about that. That was not cool.
Well, at least we learned it wasn't an ambush, that it was something even more cowardly.
Yes. Also, Leo will pull out the now soaked stuff he snagged off the cultist and like shakes it out.
It's a wet, sopping cultist's robe of the robed ones. It's muddy, got muddy stains at the end of it, and it stinks. Clearly, this person hasn't bathed in a while and has been on the run. Some of Basker's blood is even dried on it.
And
And
you
a
said
scimitar.
the scimitar came with it.
Yeah.
Is it one of the same scimitars?
Of that group, yes.
So it's a flaming scimitar. Cool.
Yeah.
Now I have one. Cool.
Indeed, you do.
Leo just like, well, I disarmed him. Anything else in these robes at all? Nothing, I
That's
assume,
it.
just the scimitar.
Yeah, you didn't grab
All right,
much.
cool.
You're falling down.
I
Yeah,
disarmed
what you
him.
did.
That's good enough.
It is.
I will
it is.
happily take a flaming scimitar.
Yeah.
Sebastian's gonna look around, look up, check, see if is there any sign of said cultist.
Nope. I mean, you can
Ideally-
run investigation. Sorry,
Ideally,
please
he,
do.
ideally he like just splatted somewhere.
One could hope,
You
but
said
seeing as he put on the ring
investigate-
before anything happened, he might just be an invisible pile of flesh. Who knows?
Said investigation.
Yeah.
Can I perception?
Sure. You get a general read on where you're at.
Ah, 25, natural 20. Fuck yes.
Nice.
I'm
Alright.
on fire tonight, baby. Not really, but close enough.
Sebastian, it just looks. For one, you don't have dark vision, so where you are is incredibly dark. It's like worse than a moonlit night. It's you have a sliver of light above you. You can see glints of light coming off the water as it rushes by you. It looks black. The walls around you are wet and damp. You were about to say something.
Cast light.
Awesome. Run it again.
Oh, it should
run-
be
Run your investigation.
should be there. In the...
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, investigation again.
Yeah, sorry.
Still
And
just
Leo.
normal.
Yeah. Um,
Little better.
little better. That works. That RPs. Thank you, Dice Gods. Um, so Leo, as you're looking around for general reads on where you're at, you can see various mushrooms. You can see ferns, perhaps some small spiders crawling up and down the canyon walls. Sebastian, once you activate your light and you can see a little better, you're seeing much of the same thing that he is. What you don't see, though, is the cave that Leo does. About 50 foot down the way, there seems to be light kind of spilling into an opening. The shore kind of like gets a little deeper there. It seems to be going into some sort of hole or cave or something like that off to your left. The river's to your right, and you're walking along a rocky and sandy shore with random things, including dead bodies and skeletons from things that have fallen down.
Oh, nice. Any tracks?
No. Other than your own, no.
I'm not the only person who sees that hole in the wall, am I?
I
Leo will
think I
like
see
point it
something.
out.
Think I kind of see it.
Here, Leo will pick up like a small rock, cast light on this.
Okay. He'll move his light onto the rock.
Leo will toss it towards the cave.
The rock bounces kind of against the wall and sort of not into the cave, but sort of in front of it. You can see a difference in the cave or in the canyon wall to about 50 feet ahead. The beach seems to get a bit deeper there, wider.
Ah,
Yeah, that.
yeah.
Unfortunately, well, I mean, worst case, it's, just a small hole in the wall that'll be good for shelter. Best case, it actually leads somewhere above us, which will be. He just looks
I
upwards.
feel like the worst case could potentially be a bit worse than just a hole in the wall.
Well, yeah.
But
I mean, obviously. The worst
Yes.
case is it's a dragon's lair or some shit like that.
looks over at Guardian and just kind of blinks.
Kind of gives you a look like, what the fuck?
What did that do?
Leo, considering dragons being the worst possible thing right now, when dragons have I don't know much about dragons. Leo doesn't anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you ask majority of people, they say they just straight up don't exist. They're just a myth, fable. But
I wouldn't know. I mean, sure, there's the millions of stories about dragons and people who's probably slayed them, but I never paid much attention to that shit. Unless I did, and then I just kind of forgot about it. I don't know.
Right. And Sebastian will also look up. Gonna assess just exactly how far we fell.
It's 300 feet up.
Holy shit, we are lucky to be alive.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
We are so incredibly lucky, it's not even funny.
He would just be looking up and just
The
kind of blinking and just like, huh.
the light of
I
the
don't-
crevice that you're in is so small. It's just a tiny sliver above you, just kind of going forever in a line above you.
I
Well.
don't think we have enough equipment to climb our way back up there.
Where do we go for the... This is just... We're... I must admit, this is a bit of an impasse.
Yep, we've got mysterious hole in the wall, or we've got the most treacherous climb.
I would rather take my chances with the hole.
I second that motion. Leo just kind of glances over at Sebastian.
Sebastian's still just looking up.
He'll like tap you on the shoulder. Tap, 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 tap.
Looks over to you, still like blinking.
Leo will like reach up and just give like one of those light little like, come on, wake up. Not like super painful, but like jarring enough. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Shaking him awake.
Yeah, kind of.
No, he's
Shaking
like
him out.
he's awake. He's awake, and he's like aware of the situation. He's like, yeah, we're going, but he's still at the same time.
helping him shake off the shock.
Yeah,
Essentially.
his face is still just like, well, how in the...
Leo looks directly into your eye, because I only have one, and just goes, decision, climb or hole.
I think hole seems like the safer option here.
Yeah. He just kind of like grumbles like, It's the nervous like mumble like, and then like, probably.
There's not many good options.
Probably, maybe, perhaps, potentially. Or it could be the worst decision we've ever made.
Or a combination of all of that. So we have a couple things to do. We should probably Guardian. Can you summon another like bird or something?
You watch as she like tries to do the incantation, but it just kind of fizzles out.
I thought so. We need to send a message up there somehow. I don't know how, but we gotta send something up there. Let them know like, hey, we're okay. Like, I mean, Leo will like pull out his notebook and like realize, damn it, it's all damp now.
I mean, if you want, I can just project my voice a bit.
Is it able to project quite that distance? That is... incredible distance.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to give it a try.
Do you mean a magical effect or just shout?
Just cast thaumaturgy and shout. Because I can, for a minute, I can make my voice 3 times louder than normal. Okay. That's one of the effects of thaumaturgy.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
I mean,
cover your ears.
I just don't want them trying to come down here.
I don't think they would have any reason to come down here. Like, sure, for now we might be stuck down here, but
also a means of getting down here.
Yeah,
this is true. If we don't have the means to get up there, they don't have the means to get down here.
Exactly.
I don't think there's enough rope up there.
I think our best bet is to hope that they stay there, and then just
Yeah.
and just and try and take our chance with the hole in the wall and see if we can hope that we get back there soon.
Yeah, I mean, hope is all we got right now.
Yeah.
Although, looks at the wall. There, you said that there were spiders up there, like climbing up and down the wall.
Yeah, small ones, like hand size.
That's pretty big for a spider. I
Well-
will cast Speak with Animals, I guess.
Compared to the other spiders. Okay.
Yeah, compared to like average spiders or whatever, they're hand-sized spiders. I would like to request a favor from the spiders.
You're
Oh,
certainly welcome to talk to them.
Yeah. Leo will like go to the wall and start like chittering at spiders. Excuse me, get a little, a moment, please, of your time, if you don't mind. As Leo like pulls out his notebook and starts writing in it.
Hello?
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 Yes. Hi, little one. If you don't mind, could I ask your assistance with a small favor?
Meat. Tick, tick, tick. Meat. Tick, tick.
Leo will, write like a note like, I need you, and he'll like
Your notepad
rip
is
out
soaked,
the sheet
by
of
the way.
paper. Yeah,
I
I'm
won't be able to write
using
on it.
charcoal on. Yeah, I'm using charcoal on wet paper. It's gonna be. It's gonna be like.
You'll be limited to like 5 characters if you're doing that. So it's like smeared and not ripping it and all that.
Yeah, he's trying his best. Do either you two get prestidigitation?
Doesn't Guardian have that?
they have what?
Prestidigitation.
That is a wonderful question. Yes, Guardian does.
Could you use prestidigitation to dry off my book?
Yes.
Great. Do that, please.
Yeah,
That
she'll.
is such a hard word to say. Prestidigitation.
I know.
I love saying it. It's like my third favorite word.
It's a wonderful word.
Prestidigitation. I can almost spell it too.
I can
That's
press
like
the
the-
digital nation.
Seriously, that's like all I hear.
Prestidigitation. Maybe
like
a little
all,
wrong there.
It's like all I hear when I try and say that word.
Works for me.
Prestidigitation.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, if Guardian dries out my book with prestidigitation, Leo
Sure.
will write
Your
a
book is dry.
note quickly. Great. Leo will write a note to essentially whoever, and then we'll tie it like lightly to the spider. I need you to take this all the way up there, and you'll see some people up there. You'll see a big animal with 4 legs, a man made of metal, and someone else riding on a wagon, essentially. It's a big thing with 4 wheels. I need you to give this to the man made of metal.
Meat?
I will give you food
Meat.
for doing this for me.
Meat now.
Leo will pull out some scraps of meat.
Take. The spider.
Take to metal person.
Metal. What is metal?
Leo will hold up his rapier and just go ting 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 metal.
And the spider nods its head and takes the note in its mouth and starts climbing up the wall.
Yeah, it all that's in it is just brief explanation of like the situation at the bottom, and like we're figuring it out. Cave question mark. Pull back, I guess.
Okay. As the spider takes the note and the meat from you, it wraps the meat up in like a little satchel with its web and kind of hooks it to itself, and then it starts climbing up the wall with your note.
That's a smart little lad.
Best of luck with that
Fingers
spider doing the right thing.
crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I may have just given our entire plan away to whoever, like, because we're on the side that we were, that we started from, right?
No, you're on the side that you were headed towards.
Oh.
It's a
Oh,
spider, though.
we're on the wrong side of the bridge.
Yeah.
And Leo doesn't know that. We're too far down to know that. We're all
Yeah,
turned around.
you got
He has
tossed
no
around
idea.
and tumbled, and yeah.
I'm
Maybe
still
I shouldn't have told you that,
picturing
but
in
that
my
is the
head.
truth. You are on the side that you were heading towards. What was that, Sebastian?
I was just saying, I'm still picturing like as Leo's like tapping his sword, the spider going over and like reaching a leg over, like trying to tap on this. It's like tap.
But
tap.
yeah, fingers crossed that that works. Doubtful, but whatever.
That'll be
It's
fine.
something.
It's something. I don't know, but you
I
know,
mean, what harm could that little spider do?
He's a little guy.
Yeah, just a little fella, smart little fella.
yeah.
Now I'm
and,
suspicious.
Suspicious of everything.
Uh,
What would you all like to do now that the spider is on its way up the wall? You're standing by
I
this
guess
river.
we make our way towards the cave.
As you walk down the shore of the river, kind of stumbling over skeletons and bones and rocks and patches of soggy sand, you make your way to a bit of a clearing. The wall next to you of the cavern, or of the canyon, whatever you want to call it, it sort of bows in, and at the end of that is a rather large entrance to a cave, about 15 feet wide
Is there
in circumference. It's kind of
Is it-
craggy, rocks poking out of it.
anything interesting among these skeletons?
Roll me
Like
investigation.
anything of like? Okay.
Can Sebastian also roll investigation?
Sure.
Yee.
16.
Oh my god.
Oh, a 5.
Oof.
Sebastian, they're bones.
Mhm.
Leo, you see horses, you see humans, you see various different bipedal non-human races, you see creatures of all kinds. Nothing in particular, just the general things that are within this forest. You don't see a whole lot of spider shells, if you will. Not a whole lot of those, but everything else, pretty present here.
And no,
Quite a few
like
deer.
no random like backpacks or anything?
Not a whole lot of people. And there are some. I mean, sorry, there's not a whole lot of belongings of people. There are people's skeletons. But as far as like interesting objects, no. The river does rise and fall, and it's not always at the same height here. So things kind of get washed around a bit.
Do these bodies look? I mean, obviously they're at least a little old from like just in general because they're all bones, but they're not like. Are these? Were they like robbed, or was just all of their stuff like washed away and is at like the bottom of the river?
A little bit.
Essentially, I'm trying to figure out if this was done by people or like naturally.
It's a giant cavern. This dying in this forest from natural causes, tripping, all kinds of things is very common. This forest is well known for being a dangerous place. At least that's what the stories say.
Damn, nature, you scary.
So
Nature is scary. You don't piss off nature.
The likelihood of these bodies being robbed is pretty low, but you're welcome to give another insight specifically for that. But I'm just going to tell you straight up, these don't look like they were robbed. It looks like it's a really big crevice in the middle of the ground of this forest, and it's pretty far down, so things just tend to dive. They are not paying attention and end up down here.
Okay. Sure, I'll just roll an insight real quick. Might as well. Dirty
Nice.
20.
You're pretty sure a lot of these bones have been jumbled around, tossed around by the tides of this river, and you can see evidence on the canyon wall that the river does get higher and lower depending on perhaps the season or something like that. A lot of the bones are like, it's pretty much impossible to find a complete skeleton. If the bones are connected for any reason, they will often get washed away, but you're seeing like familiar skeletal structures. As far as loot, you don't see any in your vicinity. Nothing glinting through the water or on the beach itself. You can see random rags from clothes and stuff, but most of these creatures that died here are of the forest.
Would you say these bones are like average bone age, or are these like ancient?
Some are quite old. I wouldn't say any are ancient. If they were ancient, they'd be dirt by now. Not much fresh stuff.
So there's less humanoid bodies and more like animal bodies.
Correct.
There's like maybe a handful of humanoids.
But again, you'll be like a femur next to a horse's leg bone. You know, it's a jumble. It's a bunch of bones.
Yeah, okay.
It's just nature doing its thing.
Yeah. Well, there might not be anything of use here as far as I can tell, unfortunately. Nothing we could probably use. Most of this is all just from around, I guess. Most of it's animals from what I can tell. Is everything like gathered towards the cave, or is it like
No,
just
not at
all down
if anything,
this river?
there's a bit of a clearing around the cave.
Okay.
The closer you get to the water, the more bones there are. It's just like the base of what this is. Lots of things just kind of end up on shore. There's not an intelligence behind how the bones are placed, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Are there any tracks around the cave mouth besides ours, obviously?
So I'm gonna assume that you're all standing in front of the cave. Go ahead, roll investigation for that, or survival.
Survival would be preferable. Ooh, 23.
There are no tracks. Looks like freshly washed sand.
Leo kind of like looks towards the cave and then like glances around.
Uh,
I think
so
this
that
might be
that
the
rock.
safest thing.
Yeah. Well, so Sebastian's gonna pick that rock back up that we chucked, and do the same thing, cast light on it again, but throw it like into the cave.
Okay. The cave is pretty big. It's craggy, it's not like a perfect circle or anything like that, but you could assume it's about 15 feet in diameter. There's various stalactites and stalagmites, even this far up at the mouth of the cave. Probably due to your depth and distance away from the sun and anything that will disrupt the moisture here. It seems quiet, but there is puddles of water in there, but it looks walkable. The cave dips down a bit, actually. It's not flat, it doesn't go up. It's a slight angle downwards.
Now I'm suddenly remembering that scene again. The only way out is down. Um, Sebastian is going to light a torch and step on in.
Right on. You've entered a cave, and it has all the things I described, but you're seeing them in more detail. The walls around you are dirt and rock, and they look like they're sweating. They're just clearly constantly soaking and unsoaking. And as you start walking down, you see like a bit of a stream next to you, just water overflow, heading its way down. Party, do you follow Sebastian?
Yes, we begin to make our way. Leah will pull up the rear.
Okay. Cave is really cold. As you're walking down, it starts to turn left, turn right. There's little deposits of pools. You can hear the drips and drops of the stalactites as they have like a yellowish, beigeish hue to them, and they're just kind of dripping off into these mineral pools. You have teal and blue untouched waters that are sitting high up on these almost like plinth looking things. And it looks like as you're walking along to your left, the cavern opens up into this huge space, like probably 60 foot in diameter. It has these little plinths that I just described, but within it is like sort of a pond, and it looks like water deposits here and has been wearing away at various pockets of the cave. You're on a bit of a trail that wraps around to the right as you have this pond next to you. As you continue in, you start to see light. Sebastian, you're at the front. You have your rock that's lit up, right?
Actually, the rock would be like wherever it landed, and then right now I just have a torch.
Okay. The torch you're holding starts to get drowned out by light as you're walking around this corner. You've been walking for maybe 10 minutes. It just keeps going. It has leveled out at this point, and you're in a space where there are lights dangling from the ceiling of the cave. Your trail, the pond area next to you goes away. You go through another tunnel-like area, and it opens up into this large area with a bunch of lights at the ceiling of the cave. They kind of wiggle and move as you step in, and the light from that actually starts to compete with your torch. You almost feel like you don't need it anymore. cave
kind
ceiling is
of
about 20 foot above you.
just kind of like look up with the torch like towards the lights dangling.
Give me perception, please.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Nice. Their bluish hue it has sort of a brightness to it that makes your eyes kind of water a bit as you're looking at them. And you're pretty sure what you're looking at are some sort of worm or snake-like creature, and they themselves are like stuck to the ceiling of this cave, and they're glowing on the ends of them, providing this eerie, cool light throughout this entire cave area.
Huh. Would this be something Sebastian has ever seen or heard of?
No.
Not in any of his research or history notes, anything.
To my knowledge of Sebastian, flora and fauna is not his specialty, so I would definitely say no.
Fair enough. And then what about kind of like sweeping like the rest of the room? What else is he? Is there anything else that I would see?
Yeah. You find as you're walking around the room, and there's a pretty large boulder that's sort of flat on the top, has an angle sloping up to it. You start to walk up it. At the top of it, you find a bunch of crabs, just kind of skittering about, munching on things. It almost looks like the same worms that you saw on the ceiling. These crabs are a alabaster white with blue, like teal blue spots all over their shells. They're just kind of chowing
so are
down
they-
on a pile of worms.
Oh, so
Are
the
these
crabs.
out of-
So the crabs are eating the worms that are the ones from the ceiling glowing.
Yes, and it looks like the crabs
Okay.
have made a home in this little area of this rock, and they just kind of congregate and chill here. They're about 2 foot in diameter. They're pretty large, but they don't seem bothered by your presence.
Sebastian will turn back to the still kind of like watching what's going on, but and then kind of like lean back towards the rest of the groups. Have any of you seen anything like this before?
I cannot say that I have. A lot, to be fair, a lot of this is relatively new to me.
Sebastian, as you walk, do you walk up to the crabs? Like closely, or are you kind of hanging back?
I wouldn't say necessarily closely, but maybe get a closer look. I mean, you're not gonna get close up enough that you could like touch them, but just kind of get like a little closer look at them.
Okay. As you walk towards them, maybe about 5 foot away from the closest one, they start to notice you. They don't seem to have very good vision, but they can tell that you're there by your steps. And they begin to all back away from you. Sort of not forming a circle around you, but definitely giving you a good amount of space. Some of them are grabbing at piles of remaining worms on the ground and are pulling them towards them.
Sebastian would immediately like step back, like he's not trying to like bother them, just trying to observe.
Okay.
Leo, were you saying something a moment ago?
Oh, like Leo looked at the crabs and was like, I wonder if those are edible.
Certainly try.
Sebastian will shake his head.
I still have speak with animals up. I think it's 10 minutes.
It has been beyond 10 minutes since then.
Okay, then I don't have it anymore. That's fine. I will just make sure that that's expended there. That's all.
For sure. You've been walking in this cave for about 20 minutes or so.
Okay. I keep forgetting the length of time for speak with animals, so that's my bad.
That's okay.
So was it like this room kind of like circles around, or was it like it split off into two paths, like a left and a right?
It does continue down, but the cave, uh, it's just one path at the moment. It does get larger as at the other end of it. There's
Okay.
no split.
Yeah, because you were okay. Yeah, because you were saying something about like a path going to the left and then something to the right.
Oh, sorry, your path was going to the right on the edge of like this pond area, and then it became another bit of cave, and then you entered this area where the worms and crabs are. This seems a bit higher up and away from that pond area.
Is there supposed to be a map for this?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
IRL
So
shit
just
has
here
taken
like
over my attention that had more importance to drawing maps.
yeah, yeah. I was just wondering because you were saying like this over here. Like, am I supposed to be
Oh,
looking at
I
something?
have it in my brain, and I'm like,
yeah,
it's kind of hard to convey that to you.
yeah, I got you.
And I have like sketches sometimes, but not today.
Yeah, okay,
I can guide you, no problem there. I know where we are.
gotcha. Okay.
It's pretty calm here. I will say that.
Yeah. Yeah, Sebastian kind of like he's kind of like like vibing right now. He's kind of in his like this is his zone. He's like almost like he's just kind of like blanked out on everything that happened before. Like he forgot all about like the fall and everything, and he's just kind of like, ooh, mysterious cave. Ooh,
Love that.
wildlife.
He wants to discover his
Yes,
element.
exactly. Yeah, he's in his element right now.
And on that note, folks, we're going to end the session today. Thank you so much for watching Zotian Epoch, episode 18. We will pick up with our compatriots in the cave next time we play, which I don't know what's happening IRL right now. The plan was that the next session would be December 2nd, but it may be November 18th. We'll see. November 18th would be the standard schedule, and that's at 6 p.m. PST. I will update on Twitter and Discord, all those good things. Thank you all for participating and observing the show. Good night.
Thanks
everyone.
for rolling with us.
Yeah, and take care of yourselves. Happy holidays.